My name's Kugan Cassius, this is iFILM London. I've come to do a little bit with someone that is expected big things from this year at the Olympics in London. Anthony Joshua, everyone's talking about him in boxing. I wanted to catch up with him now before it gets nearer the Olympics, and we probably won't get near him, but I've been talking to Anthony quite a lot lately, so we're going to catch up with him now. And we're in Watford, where Anthony grew up, so we're going to catch up with him now and see what he's got to say about everything that's been said about him recently. So, come. Dog. What's happening?
Not much, Kugan. Keep it.
Anthony Joshua.
Nice to meet you. I know, we're here
6
finally.
or 7.
Let me shout out the dogs in there as well.
Yeah? You cool?
Yeah, welcome, man. Welcome to the estate.
Listen, welcome to iFILM London. Finally, good to get you on here. I know we've been chatting for a while, but yeah, we just wanted to just take us on a little drive. Take us on a little tour around.
You're ready, I'm ready
Watford.
to go. I'm ready to go.
Alright, let's go. So, if I'm going to listen to the experts, Anthony, we've got the next fucking Muhammad Ali.
Next Ali.
Well, this is what. Listen, I'm not. You know.
This is what you're hearing.
This is what I'm hearing, and this is what people are saying. Listen, I'm hearing it every day. Obviously, we're doing a lot of stuff with all the boxers, and your name it doesn't fail to get mentioned. So, what did you say to all that? How are you dealing with all that?
I say that it's like a quiet storm, because at the end of the day, it's happened. I've come through quite quickly, quite low key. Comparing me to Muhammad Ali,
I did read that somewhere though. It's not just me pulling that out.
Nah, that's from an expert, Colin Hart.
Yeah.
And that's a privilege at the same time. And to be fair, if they want to see me dance, they want to see me train. Are they comparing me to comparison in style, or are they comparing me to the level of greatness that I can achieve?
Yeah.
That's where I'm coming from. So I believe that we're different fighters. No two humans are the same.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that we're gonna take it right. But I'm saying that if they're comparing me to the level of greatness I can achieve, I believe sky is the limit. Sky is the limit. Because coming out of 2011, a rough year. Like, we learnt a lot from that. So coming into 2012, I think every year is just gonna be a year of raising up my game.
What was you expecting from the amateurs? Obviously to me, the defining fight against CAMERAMAN, that must have been like a big moment in your career so far. That victory over CAMERAMAN, because that's what got people talking, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's true. What was I expecting from the amateurs?
Yeah, what was you expecting? What did you, before you went into it, what was you expecting? What did you hope for at the end of it? Like, did you think that that would have gone that way for you?
At the same time, it was like, I knew it was an Olympic qualifier, and I knew, in my head, I said to myself, one way or another, I'm qualifying for these Olympics. So I got picked for these world champions, and then so we've gone out there now. And in my fight, I've been to 2 championships, one the Europeans and one to the Worlds. So in the Europeans, what the coach said, he said, listen, you're inexperienced. I had a 10-day training camp for the Europeans. And he was like, in my draw, I've always had the Russians, Camarelli, and he goes, if you would have come across Cameron, I don't think I would have put you in just at the time you weren't ready. Yeah. So come the Worlds now, I was boxing, I was ready. I was just an underdog. I'm just there to do my job. So I've gone in, I've boxed, then I've come to meet Cameron for the qualifying stages. And deep down I knew that if they thought I weren't ready, they wouldn't put me in. So that confidence that they had in me, as well as I had in myself, it was a double, and I just went in and I boxed. We analysed the style and ways to beat Cameron, and we went ahead with it.
What did you think of the final? Did you think you were...
The final?
Yeah.
I was at the house now with my cousin, and he just said, listen, I've watched that final 1,000 times, and I believe you won it. I believe it was a good fight, a good boxing match. I believe I won that. I believe I won it. But life goes on, and I learned from it.
Did you turn 50 grand down to turn pro? I read that somewhere.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Because I read that, I don't know if this is a direct quote from you, but You're in this sport to win medals and not for the money.
Yeah, because I'm an amateur as well, so people shouldn't be throwing figures at me. They should say, you know what, this kid can
let him do his progression.
Let him progress.
Let him progress.
So, like, when they throw money at me, and I'm happy that things have worked out the way they've worked out, because I'm learning so much as time goes on about boxing business, about boxing in the ring, and just boxing people in general. I'm learning.
It's a sea full of sharks, isn't it? What is this where you grew up then? Did you grow up here?
Yeah.
Or did you spend a lot of your time here, or did you grow up here as well?
This is where I'm from.
You're from?
Grew up on this estate here, Meriden Estate. Right now we're just on the A41. Just happy to, you know, as people always say, it's about where you're from and things like that. I just think it's about who you are and what you represent, really.
You didn't start boxing until you was about 18, did you?
18, yeah.
So what was it? What was the defining factor that made you want to jump, you know, put in a pair of gloves and jump in the ring? There must have come a moment where you thought...
It was like, living here, like, when I was in school, I was doing sports, I was lively, I always had energy. You know, I was laughing, I'm always laughing with people, joking with people. And then, kind of towards the end of school, like, I just got a bit more serious. My jokey side went, I stopped doing sports, and I just, you know, I changed the way, my spirit had changed. Become a bit more gloomy, a bit more moody and stuff like that. So then I was living here now, and then my mum moved to London. This is leading up to why I got these gloves on. I started, but my mum moved to London, and then I stayed here. I went into a hostel, so I moved out into a hostel down in the Meriden, and then I was living on my own, staying with my auntie. So then, long story short, I moved to my mum for 10 months. And then 10 months, well, I didn't come here, because I wasn't even allowed back here in them 10 months. So I was up there, I said, you know, I want to go gym. I said, when I go back to Watford, I want to be big. You want to go back and with an impact, and people say, like, you know, when you disappear and you come back, and people are like, well, that's where you've been, that's what you've been doing. You've been going in the gym or something. So I went to the gym, and my cousin took me to the boxing gym with him once. So I went there about 2 times. I sat back and I had a look. I said, yeah, man. I said, I want to do it. I said, I'll have a go at this. So paid my £3. I trained, you know, just standing, getting my feet right, just throwing a simple jab like that, and everyone can fight, you know, everyone can go down the pub, crack someone in the head and throw a punch, you know what I mean? But it's different. So I learned, you know, they taught me, they schooled me through the basics, and I remember my first bout, my second bout, I won by 2 KOs, and then I went into my third bout and I fought an experienced boxer. A very experienced boxer, like he was a champion MMA fighter or kickboxer, I'm not too sure what one it was. And then when I had my first 2 fights by stoppage, I thought, yeah, this boxing thing's quite easy. I said, yeah, I can do this. And then I went into my third fight, I lost by 2 points, but this guy, he tested me. He tested me, and I thought, you know what, either I knuckle down and I get on with it, or
Am I going right round?
Go left.
Go left, yeah.
I thought either I knuckle down and I just, you know, and I just do it the right way, or I don't do it properly and I go into boxing matches like this and I get beaten up. And I just knuckled down and just kept on doing it.
Did you ever envision that when you first started 4 or 5 years ago, that 4 or 5 years later you'd be fighting in the Olympics in London? Did you think that would happen?
To be honest, I didn't even know that boxing was an Olympic sport.
Oh, did you not?
No, I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that. So no, I didn't have any vision.
So your knowledge of boxing is relatively, would you say, was new, a little bit new, or is it saying that before you started boxing, did you take a genuine interest in the sport?
No, that's the honest truth.
But there's nothing wrong in that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, not at all.
There's absolutely nothing wrong in that. It's just,
it just goes to show that when you don't know nothing about something, like,
you don't let other factors get in the way of what's really there, and that's your talent. So
yeah, that's it. So it doesn't mean that because I don't know.
No, that's right.
Fighters from many years ago, doesn't mean that my talent
Exactly, it's got
ricocheted
nothing
from
to
that.
do
No,
with
it's
it.
got nothing to do with that. But
whatsoever.
that's the main thing. What I love is that I'm a young lad and I'm just going to keep on learning.
I've just not, to be honest, I know like this country, we've spoken to fun before, I've said that this country has a habit of putting a lot of pressure on young sports, not just in boxing, but in football and whatever other sport. A young star comes onto the scene and it's like pressure. So you know you're going to have to deal with a lot of this, do you know what I mean? You know that like you're not going to, as the Olympics gets nearer, then obviously it's how you cope with that pressure. So how do you envisage this? Because I know that everyone's going to want to pull you apart here and try and do this and take you here and take you there, and how are you going to deal with all this? Well, you know, what's
like the pressure, how to deal with the pressure is just, at the same time, like, you don't really need no new friends. You don't need no new girlfriends. You don't need, you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you're saying.
You don't need a million boxing trainers, and you don't need to really do a million interviews or a million shows or so. As long as
you've only got to do iFILM London.
I've only got to do iFILM London. You see what I'm saying? You get what I got to stick to.
All you got to do.
See,
iFILM London. Listen, forget about anyone else. That's all you need to do is iFILM London, just to keep you ticking over. Just so
this is
like
what
memories.
I mean. As long as I'm going to the same gym training, and I'm happy I got my same friends. I'm working with iFILM London. I'm sweet. I'm happy. That's what matters. And that's where dealing with the pressure is because I'm not throwing too much in one saucepan, you know what I mean? I'm not throwing too much at it. I'm just keeping it simple, and I'm just happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy doing what I'm doing, man. And I've got great people around me. I have got great people around me. Not many people know that either. People must think now they don't see that, like, I'm quite grounded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People
no, but you know what? When I talk to people about you, and that's the first thing that comes into my head is that you seem to have your feet firmly on the ground.
Yeah.
And I think for what's going to happen this year, listen, me and you can't predict what's going to happen in that Olympics.
No, we can't. Yeah.
I'd love to say yes, we know what's going to happen, and you're going to come home with a gold. We can't say that. We don't know what's going to happen, but you can only do what you do, and then if people want to hype that up, then there's nothing you can do about that. If people want to talk about you 6 months before you're going into the Olympics and saying it's comparing you to this man, there's nothing you can do about that. All you can do is store that at the back of your mind and just carry on.
That's what I'm saying. These people, it's lovely because they see the vision.
Yeah.
They see this long-term vision, and that's what I just know is that what worked for me in 2009 ain't going to be enough to get me through 2010, and that's how I've done it. What got me through 2011, I know is not going to be enough to get me through 2012. So I am going to just up my game, and as long as I don't leave any stone unturned and I don't cut no corners, at least I know whatever happens, I say, you know what, I gave 110%. And do you know what I mean? It's just being real to yourself. Do you know what I mean? That's all I'm trying to do, is just be honest to myself and just know, all right, this is my goal, and by achieving that, I know I've got to step my game up.
Yeah.
And that's all it is for me. I just got to keep it real to myself.
I said to you, I didn't really want to make this interview really too long, and I don't want to, you know, because I want to do more stuff with you. I want to let you just crack on now with what you're doing and that. Yeah. And then you know what I mean, I'll catch up. You know, I'm going to catch up with you at some point later in the year after, you know, things have happened. You've got a big 6 months ahead of you, 6-7 months ahead of you, and you know, you just got to do what you got to do. It's as simple as that. Like,
this is what I mean.
Listen, you've got your own team around you, and they're the best people, right? Them people that have been with you from day one.
Yeah.
You know they are.
Yeah.
I might not know who they all are, but you know they are, and you know who to listen to.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
exactly. But you know, we're all going to meet new people in life, you know, and my ear's always open to learning. But at the same time, I just want to keep it grounded, keep myself in the gym, and keep my running, keep my strength, keep my boxing, because that's what gets you these type of interviews. This is what gets you. Never forget what got you there in the first place. You know what I mean? That's what I'm happy about, is just working hard, just keep on working. I think I just don't want to lose my hunger.
Yeah.
Just stay hungry.
Stay hungry. Yeah, stay hungry.
That's it. This year, next year, however long I'm boxing for, and even after boxing, just want to stay hungry. And that's what will pan my future up.
You know what? Listen, the last thing I'm going to say to you is the one thing you're fortunate is that I'm not fighting in your division.
Well, to be fair, Coog, I see on Twitter that you might be knocking off a few pounds and trying to get into the heavyweight division.
Right, listen, you're lucky, yeah.
I'm lucky.
You've only got to fight like a Klitschko brother or maybe David A or whatever. You ain't got to face me. You know what I mean?
I'm a lucky man.
You're one lucky man. I will not listen. I will not stand in your path to glory. Right? You know what? If that fight ever happens, Joshua versus Cassius, I'll pull out with a fake injury and forfeit the belt. I promise you, I'll do it.
You would have won the belt already.
Listen,
you would have won the belt already.
I'm not standing in the way of what's going to happen with you. I'm not. I wouldn't do that because it's not. That's not. I like you. I'm just not going to do that. So that's the last thing I'm going to say to you. So I don't know. We're going to head back. And listen, we're going to catch up with you anyway. You know, I want to talk to you anyway during whenever we get a chance to chat. We chat all the time. You know,
of course.
And then, but listen, good luck with everything.
Appreciate it, Coog, man. Appreciate it. And same to you as well.
That's it. No problem. All right. Thank you. This is Kugan Cassius here. Can't really see me, but Kugan Cassius here with iFILM London with Anthony Joshua. I'm not going to say any more. Thank you very much.
I'm Anthony Joshua. You're watching iFILM London's. Thanks for watching.
Nice one.
Take care, brother.
Nice one.